let me tell you about a funny story that happened to me yesterday. Okay, so yesterday I had to take my mom to the hospital because she has to get like this surgery thing. Don't worry, it was like a small surgery, so it wasn't like a huge thing, and it was successful, so everything's okay. But while we were waiting, first of all, there's a lot of people who need attention in the hospital, so like we had to wait for like 3 hours, right? So that's fine. And she also had to do a lot of tests before. So we were about to so we were going to go after this man who was already in there, okay? So the doctor calls the patient who is like before us. This man did not speak a lick of English, right? But I didn't know that, okay? I only knew that afterwards. So when the doctor was like, "Please come in, sir," okay, he went in, and all I heard was the doctor was speaking weirdly very loud. He was speaking like this. It's like he literally, like, I could hear him through the door and through the walls. The doctor was just like, "This is what you have to do what we have to do in order to take the piece of metal out of your eye." And I was like, I was looking at my mom. My mom kind of understands English, but I was looking at her and I was like, what the fuck is going on in there? Like, huh? Like, is this guy like part of the mafia? Like, what's happening? So like, he was literally saying, he was like, "This is what we're going to do in order to take out the metal in your eye," right? So I think like in that office specifically, that wasn't like the surgery office. That was kind of more like the pre-consultation. So the doctor was probably telling the guy like what they were gonna do before they were gonna do it, right? And then the doctor was just like, "So after the procedure is done, you must," I don't know. He just basically told him to take like medicine. He's like, "Please take this medicine 2 times a day for 2 weeks. And if you experience any symptoms of nausea, rash, or headaches, please come back." You know, he was talking at that consistent speed. So I was like, this doctor didn't really talk like this to other patients. So I was wondering why he was talking like this. And so yeah, so it turned out that like he was using like a translator, like of his phone as a translator. So that's why he was talking so slow and so like well enunciated so that it would translate well. The guy didn't speak any English, right? But I didn't know that before they went in, and then when he came out, and this was the weird part, okay? Me and my mom, we were sitting, okay, how do I like visually give you guys the representation, okay? This is the office, okay? This is the office. This little thing here is the office, okay? And let's pretend this is the guy with the metal in his eye, okay? And me and my mom were sitting right here, okay? Like over here, okay? And there's a door here, okay? So the doctor, after he consulted with this man, he had to like escort him to the surgery room, right? So the doctor walked out first, okay? The doctor's like, like, "Please follow me, sir." And the man, he came out with his eye was like bloody red. Oh my god, it was scary. I didn't see it wasn't like a huge piece of metal. It's probably like a tiny one. But like you can tell his eye was like, his left eye was super red. He came out like this, okay? And he came out it wasn't like, he wasn't not in a pained expression. He wasn't like, ugh. He was literally like a Chad. He was just like smiling and everything. So he came out following the doctor. And I swear to you all, this man passed us. He looked at me and he winked with his other eye. So he was already like this, okay? And then so he walked around and I saw his bloody eye. I couldn't stop staring. I was like, holy shit, how the fuck did you get that metal in your eye? And he was just like getting out as if he just like survived like the biggest, I don't know, the coolest experience of his life. He looked a little bit too happy for someone who had metal in his eye. So then he walked out, he looked at me and my mom, winked with his other eye, and then continued following the doctor. And I looked at my mom and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what the, how did you do that? I can't even wink like when there's nothing in my eyes. I have like a little bit of trouble winking. I actually been practicing how to wink, I think, on this eye because I always had like some struggles on it. So I'm like but I have to really like squeeze. Like this one I can do, but this one like sometimes like it's a lot slower. But like he literally came out, walked past us, and then he was just like, you know, so he winked with his other eye. What? I was just like, what's wrong with this dude? He's about to get surgery out of his, like, he was about to get surgery for the metal to get out of his eye. And he, like, was just walking like, you know? And I was like, bro, some people are so strong. I don't know.